Last year, the Eastern Florida Titans volleyball team finished the season one victory shy of qualifying for the state tournament. Tonight, Coach Andrea Rasmussen's team opens conference play against a tough Indian River State College team with the same goal, qualifying for states. Live from the Titan Fieldhouse on Eastern Florida's Melbourne campus, it's the Pioneers and the Titans, and it's next. Conference play opening on a Tuesday night. Big early season Southern Conference showdown between Eastern Florida State College and Indian River State College. Good evening and welcome everybody inside the Titan Fieldhouse. I'm Jeff Radcliffe, and to my left, the former All-Conference USA outside hitter from University of Central Florida, Aaron Campbell, my partner tonight, and this is a very important game between these two teams.
It is, because both these teams kind of finished in the middle of the pack last year, so even though it's really early on in the season, this one win could be what separates them from who goes to state later on in the season.
There's some high-profile players on each side. First, for the visitors from the Pioneers, you're going to want to pay attention to Alexandra Lilliquist. She is sophomore, and it's got a lot of power on the outside.
And Alexandra Lilliquist is actually a transfer from FIU, and she is this experienced, well-rounded outside hitter, so they're going to put the ball to the pin as much as possible tonight.
A former FIU Panther to perhaps a future FIU Panther is Mari Dal Pozo, an outside hitter from Brazil.
And Mari Dal Pozo, she actually played for Blinn College, which won a national championship. And what Coach Andrea Rasmussen said about her is that she's very versatile, so she's going to mix up her shots all on the outside, roll shots and tips. Expect everything tonight from her.
Here's a look at the lineups for each side. And pay attention to Indian River State College and Caitlin Colbert. If you're a Central Florida high school volleyball fan, you may know her from Lake Howell. She played for a couple of years there for Terry Kruzek. And then for Eastern Florida State College, it's going to be Stephanie Skidmore. Really a player to watch tonight for Andrea Rasmussen. And speaking of the coach, there she is on the left, now in her second year, and her counterpart on the other bench is Stephanie Skidmore in her 6th season. Our referees for the match, the up ref, ready to go is Kimberly Harrell, and it is Mark Mills on the down ref side. So ready for action as we call the action for you here at Eastern Florida State College. It will be the Pioneers serving first as you're looking at it from right to left, and the first serve on the way. It's an overpass immediately. It will come to the outside and be tipped down for a point for the Pioneers. They lead 1-0.
And really unconventional to see the first swing of the match be a tip, but outside hitter Colbert just didn't see exactly what she wanted. It's a really smart bailout attack on the left side.
Hannah Artille will continue the serve to start. Sends it to the back row, another overpass right down Broadway. Here comes the attack, and it's going to be Colbert, and former Lake Howell Silverhawk puts it down.
And this Indian River State College offense seems a little bit fast. It looks like East Florida State's having a hard time making that adjustment quick. The block's a little bit too late, and that's how Colbert got the ball through.
2-0 the score, and that service just inside. It's an ace, and it's 3-0.
And that was a really, really tough serve to play. Coming cross court back to the zone one, barely touching that back corner. That is a really, really low percentage ace shot.
3-0 run to open things up. Here comes the attack, first to the night for the Titans. Now it's down for another point, and it's 4-0. And that time it was Stowe.
We talk about it all the time in volleyball, establishing the middle as soon as you can, because what that does is it frees up opportunities for the outside pin players. So the fact that the third set of the match went to Madison Stowe in the middle is going to set this team up for greatness.
Service ace, and the run extends to 5. So a nice job at the service line for Hannah Artille. She is the freshman setter out of St. Pete. Played high school at Northside Christian. So serving continues with a 5-0 lead. Low, let serve, picked up quickly. They'll come to Treasure Ingram off the top, and finally a point for the Eastern Florida State College Titans.
And on that last attack, Treasure Ingram hung in the air for a really long time, waited till the block was on the way down, and then took a swing. That's kind of why it ricocheted off those blockers' hands.
First service of the match for the Titans will be dug immediately, and it will come to the right side. Ingram again with the tip, and gets it down on the floor. Back-to-back kills for Treasure Ingram.
And that spot on the court, it's 5 feet inside of that 10-foot line, right at the 10-foot line. Really hard to play because the setter's coming back and the left front wants to come over and make that play too.
Lindsay Whittington serves again, the libero in transition. Ingram will go to the far side. Coming back the other way, big swing by Nicole Williams. And it'll be Colbert. Titans the other way. Ingram one more time, tries to find that back, could not. Back to Ingram, hits it cross court. The dump shot, and it's a beauty. Hannah Artille, Johnny on the spot, and the lead is 6-2.
And even though Eastern Florida did a really nice job of hanging in that rally, they have to get back to that base position because that middle zone is so susceptible to those over-the-ball plays.
Colbert with the serve, and it's going to be a free ball. This will be tough, and it won't make it over.
That's something you want to see in your players. If you're Coach Andrea Rasmussen, you want to see that hustle. That's what's going to help kind of get them back into this match.
On the right, they attack. Big swing along that right side by Menke. And the point will go to the Titans.
And huge block in the middle by Juliana Torres. Was watching her hitter, tracking her all the way through, and was not going to let that one attack, that tempo set, go unblocked.
Ingram. And service error right into the net. They'll come back the other way on the side out. Extends the lead out 8-3 for Stephanie Skidmore's Pioneers.
This is a good matchup. We have our two players, our highlighted players, in the front row at the same time, so expect it to be an outside hitter battle.
Big swing by Torres in the middle. Couldn't put it down. It's to the back, and the point will come off of a tip. So Indian River will continue to serve 9-3. Sends it away. Ingram the first touch. Here's the set from Suarez. Now to that far side. In the middle, the quick dink over, and it's another point. Lindsay Robinson gets the kill, the Durant High School product. And it will be a timeout taken by Andrea Rasmussen, her team trailing 10-3.
And on that last play, what I recognize, it's a little bit interesting to have Maury Del Pozo actually blocking that ball. Why would they have her, she's such a great defensive player, have her back off the net and be ready for that tip? Because she's not going to beat anybody by size. She can jump out of the gym, but at 5'8", the middle blocker on the opponent's side is a little bit taller, so have her come off the net and play some defense.
Exactly what Andrea Rasmussen is saying right now, as each team getting the instructions. 10-3. And what can Eastern Florida do to rally themselves back in this one here?
Starting off this match with that middle attack. No block there. It was a great choice. The setter was a little far behind. Perfect control on that first ball. Back to the middle. And Indian River's really aware of those really weak zones as they're attacking from the middle position.
Service error out of the timeout, so some momentum on the Titans side. 10-4. Didn't have to do anything to earn a point. Will be setter number 2, Myrlena Pagan Luna, of Carolina, Puerto Rico. The attack comes from the middle again, and it's put down quickly by Lilliquist.
And when you pass really well, you can run those kind of quicker, tricky offense. You actually had Andrea Lilliquist come from the 4 zone, the outside hitter, and run a 2. It was a stacked play, and that's just really hard to read from a defensive standpoint. Lilliquist
leading the Pioneers in kills, 117 coming in, has her first now of this match. Greta Dobenecker, the German. One German on each side. Selena Colbert on there for the Pioneers. They'll get the point this time. On that touch, 11-5. This will be Juliana Torres, sophomore out of Joinville, Brazil. Attack cross court right at the line, and that will be a lift, and it will be a side out Indian River. 12-5 to score. Lilliquist, and it's a service ace.
And that ball came over the net and dropped. That is really hard ball to play. Right on the line, falls right in front of the defender's knees. Tough pass.
Tough one to handle. It will come from the back row of the attack. Ortiz got the first touch. She'll have to make the big dig now. The overpass. Try to pound it down. It will lead to a point. And again, Colbert takes care of business.
And the front line for Indian River has been really sound. They're really taking control of the net, blocking well, attacking well, but Eastern Florida has done a really nice job of stopping those first ball kills. They're digging up a lot of plays and kind of frustrating this Indian River offense.
From the middle it comes, miss hit there. Colbert couldn't put enough on it. Hit it into the top of the tape. 15-5. Lilliquist serves with that 10-point lead in this first set. Ball was jousted right in the middle, and we'll have to just think it over. And there's call going against. Double hit. And we'll have a stoppage momentarily. So it'll be a timeout, 16-5 here with really time winding down. You always talk about that race to 20, Aaron. And once you get to 20, you gotta have that mental edge. And right now there's a long hill to climb for the Titans.
Yeah, and you know, the Titans really haven't done anything horribly. It's Indian River's playing with a little bit more urgency, a little bit more intensity. Their offense is firing a little bit better. So once the passing gets there for the Titans, it's going to be a completely different game, and they really need to start activating those passes now so they have some kind of momentum going into the second set.
Take a look exactly what the Pioneers are doing here.
And that's that tricky stacking their attackers play. It really throws the block off. They're not sure to jump first, to jump with the attacker that's approaching at that exact moment, wait on the ball. It's a really confusing play to defend.
The lead is 11. The service run will continue from Alexandra Lilliquist, product of Vero Beach High School. And as Aaron mentioned, transferred in from Florida International. And boy, what a serve inside the line right in front of Treasure Ingram. Another point to the Pioneers.
And that's a shot that you think is just an accident, but the fact that she's done that shot twice, that's phenomenal serving, phenomenal control on the back line.
Doesn't go back to the well. That time hits it towards the back. Here's a shot. This may be a free ball, and it will be a point. Eastern Florida got the point there. Malvis Ortiz, their freshman right side, their second kill.
And Ortiz is a player that Rasmussen really wants to see get activated in this match. They really want to utilize both pins, the right side and the left side of the court.
Alpozo had served it. Eastern Florida on the attack. They send it to the back row. Coming to that far side. McInnes couldn't put it down. And Ortiz with it. Will reload to Tolbert. Or Colbert could not get it to go. Point to the Titans. So cut it to 10 here, 17-7. Little by little, chip, chip, chip away.
And great discipline by Ortiz, recognizing that set was a little bit faster and putting her hands right over the neck as soon as she could.
Served by Alpozo. Right there at the 3-meter line. Now Ingram had a couple of big kills early and now adds her third. Perfect placement on the shot, Treasure Ingram.
And Treasure Ingram isn't getting the sets exactly the way she wants them, but what she's doing well is she's not erroring and she's being very smart about where she puts the ball. She's going to be patient and wait for the set she really, really wants to take a big swing on the ball. That
attack comes from the middle, read well by Eastern Florida State College. Ingram puts it down. The dig was made by Erwin. Back cross court once again, and the overpass comes across, handled by Robinson, and that will stop the short run, 18-8. Service now from Madelyn Erwin, the native of Orange Park, Florida, graduate of Middleburg High School, a freshman. Defensive Player of the Week in the FCSAA for the second time this season already. Listed as an outside hitter tonight, playing libero. And that one is off for a point. Side out Eastern Florida.
And you hate to see Ortiz come off the floor because she was really a spark plug for the Titans in this first set. She came in, had 3 really good rotations, and comes off the court. So the Titans are really going to rely on their front row and Treasure Ingram to generate a lot of points on offense.
Keisha Machado, the setter, the service. They'll come to that far side with the Pioneers. Nicely dug out to that far corner. Going to be an attack from just beyond the line, just bumped over by Colbert. Ingram, big swing, blocked at the point of attack. We'll go to the right side now. Nothing doing from the back row. The attack comes from Lilliquist. Big long rally here, and that one will go out. So another long rally goes to the visitors, 19-9. They just can't crack that 10-point difference here.
But you know what, Eastern Florida, their defense is really starting to come alive. There's a lot more energy. People are scrambling, running, diving on the floor for the ball, and that's what they really need to start doing more and more. And that's going to get them right back into this match.
Artille serves for the second time, so one complete rotation in the books. And another double touch. Lead extends now to 11. Artille had a nice long service run the first time. Serve to the back row, will come to the middle and just taken across by Colbert. And right on the line, heads up play by Colbert.
You have to give a lot of credit to these outside pin players on both sides of the net. They're being really, really resilient in the sets they're getting, because outside hitters get a lot of junk balls. You just have to be smart about the ball. They're getting a lot of kills in those out-of-system plays.
Comes the attack from the Pioneers. They go cross court. And we'll come back the other way. (22-9). Ingram tries to roll it forward, cannot. There's the block at the point by Colbert. Free ball. Pioneers will set up the attack. Plenty of options. Big swing, and it's knocked home.
And that's the perfect system. Everything running seamlessly. Great pass right to where the setter wants it. Middle being right there in the tempo. That is Textbook playing by Indian River on that last play.
An East High School product, Madelyn Stowe, now with her second kill. 23-9. And that attack into the net. So Menke couldn't stop the bleeding, and now it is set point, 24-9. And Hannah Artille continuing the serve. Well, those long runs have been the difference. Good serve. Come to the back row and just sent out of play. So an attack error. Whittington couldn't keep it in, and that will end it 25-9 in set number 1. Pioneers take the first set. We'll switch sides, and then we will come back with set number 2 as the Titans look to get back into this one.
This is where we're building the future. This is where we meet the challenge, where leaders emerge and careers take flight. This is where you discover new opportunities. Choose to stand where excellence lives, where Titans rise. Eastern Florida State College. This is where we're building the future, where you discover new opportunities and careers take flight. Choose to stand where excellence lives, where Titans rise. Eastern Florida State College.
The Eastern Florida State College men's soccer team takes on the Florida National University Conquistadors. Live Friday at 7 on WEFS.
We are back at the Titan Fieldhouse as we go to set number 2 between the Titans and the Pioneers. Indian River there on the left corner of the bug. We reset it 0-0. Fans continue to file in here, and hopefully root on the home side as they lost that first one 25-9. Here's a couple of highlights from that first set, Aaron.
And really, it was all Indian River running seamlessly on offense. The passing was what helped set up that offense, dishing out the ball wherever they needed to, running crossing patterns, really confusing the blockers. But as the match progressed, they went back to the simple volleyball of going pin to pin, and they're really efficient at that as well. You can see those attacks on the right side and the outside, just dominating on offense right now.
Certainly activated the middle more than once on a dominating first set win, but that's the beauty of volleyball. You got the next set to take care of. It doesn't matter whether you lose it 25-9 or 25-23. It counts as the same thing.
We really saw a switch in Eastern Florida in that first set of, as they got past that 10-point mark, or as the match got to that 10-point mark, defense was the main focus. People were running all over the floor. The passing was a lot more sound. So if they carry that into the start of this second set, it's going to be a completely different makeup than it was in the first.
I'll serve first here with Keisha Machado, and the Puerto Rican setter. A nice first attempt. Good job at the net by the Pioneers to keep it on that side. Here comes the attack cross court. Did not take a touch. It will be a point, and the Pioneers off to not the same start. They concede the point there. The Titans have it. Saw the energy there at the net right in front of us. This will be Machado again. Come right down the middle, big block in the center. Colbert and Menke were there.
And Colbert, so far in this match, hasn't let anything cross the net, and the only thing that did was out of bounds. That's how you establish the middle power, that control. Just be in the face of your attackers at all times.
Service continues, 2-0 to score. To the back corner they go. Nice hustle being shown. It'll be a free ball. How about the play by Treasure Ingram? That gets people out of their seats. Now that one will go off of Machado for a point on a big swing. So kill for the Pioneers, and Lilliquist taking care of business.
And what Indian River did so well in that first set was go on point runs. So if Eastern Florida really wants to compete in the second set, they cannot let Indian River score more than 1 point per rotation.
And it's even at 2 as the roof was put up by the Pioneers. Lindsey Robinson in there, the freshman middle blocker. Another serve coming for Alexandra Lilliquist. Comes from quite the athletic family. Her dad, Derek, 7 years in the Major League Baseball as a pitcher, now a pitching coach for the St. Louis Cardinals. And that one out of reach just a bit. And now the Titans find themselves trailing in this one 3-2.
And the Titans just need to side out right here, get a good pass, first ball kill. This is a good rotation. They have all 3 attackers in the front row.
Machado sets it up, and Treasure Ingram puts it down. Knocked it across the face of the net after it went over, and it's 3-3. Ingram has 4 kills. Service coming from Lindsay Whittington, the sophomore libero out of Sebring High School. The middle it comes, and it is down for a point.
And that's a dangerous thing to do. If Caitlin Colbert's up there, she's established that she's a very strong attacker. You have to put some kind of block in her face. Stay and track your hitter. Even if you see a switch, you have to keep your eye on the hitter that's in front of you.
Madelyn Erwin. Will be a service error for her, and it will be a side out for the Titans. 4-4. Ingram serve to the back row. Here comes that attack. Straight up in the air, the set coming from Whittington, tapped over by Menke. Trying to be cheeky with it again was Robinson, and a battle of the net won again by the Pioneers that time. Stowe will get credit. Indian River has taken a 1-point lead. They've got the serve. Greta Dobenecker from Munster, Germany. Serve it away. First touch was made by Whittington. Comes the attack cross court, handled well. Big dig that will come back and sent over by Menke. Great dig by Machado. That one got tipped off, and it is a point.
And both teams playing really sound defense, getting their hips behind the ball, keeping that ball back into the court. They're not always perfectly to where the setter can make the best contact, but what the change is here, the ball is actually going back inside the lines of the court, and somebody's able to make a good second play.
Machado sets it up for Menke. Put it away. On the chance here, overpass coming back. In transition, it comes, big serve, look out below. That was put down for a point, and Indian River stretching that lead out 7-4. Not even sure who hit that. I was worried about the ball. Tachikara being plastered across my forehead. Quick set in the middle. Colbert couldn't put it down. That was Torres. And falls back on the Pioneer side of the floor. So starting to stretch out a little far here. 8-4. And a timeout will be called by Andrea Rasmussen. So it was a good start, but now things starting to get away. Good time for a timeout.
It is, and you know, you have to give a lot of credit to both teams who are coming out in this second set. High energy, high intensity. But what's standing out on the Indian River side is the defense from Madelyn Erwin. She is not going to get a lot of credit because she's a libero. She's not going to have these big, powerful swings or anything like that, but she is so composed in that backcourt. She is getting really good first touches, and that's allowing her team to run defense in transition. Now, Eastern Florida, if they could just get that up a little bit more, get that defense in transition a little bit higher, they might be able to generate some offense and score some points in the rally.
Treasure was finding some jewels early going here in this second set. It was Colbert early. And Ingram, that little cross court winner. That one tipped the top of the tape. So 8-4, we resume. Williams again to serve. St. Augustine native lets it fly. In the middle, tried to put it down, Torres. This will be tough to handle. It'll come from the back row here. Whittington handles it. Here comes the attack from the Pioneers. Big swing, finds the floor once again. Was it Colbert?
Again, the first touch in that rally. East Florida State did a really nice job of putting the ball across the net. It was short, it was right where the setter was. But here comes Lilliquist around the corner, gets a great first touch, sets that whole play up.
That one's gonna be just long. Side out and point for Eastern Florida State College. Here come the reinforcements. Checking into the game will be Myrlena Pagan Luna. Pagan Luna will serve it up here, the setter. Says her favorite athlete, Giba, one of the best men's players of all time. Retired Brazilian men's volleyball player. Makes sense considering she's from Toledo, Brazil. Big swing and a bigger roof being put on there. Malvis Ortiz combined with Torres.
And when you serve tough, a team can't make a good pass, and they're isolated to one zone that allows your middle blocker to get all the way to the pin, and that's what happens. That ball hit the floor, and the whole gym heard a boom.
Shook. Try it again, a one-handed attempt by Ingram. Got it in the air, but had a lot of mustard on it. 10-6. It'll be Colbert to serve. Product of the Top Select Academy in Orlando. From the middle, Colbert make that Torres. Could not keep from making that one hit. So a point for Torres, her second kill. Brazilian with the serve, comes back the other way. Right at the point of attack, it is going to be down. Torres to serve again, 10-8. Tight to the net it comes, just dinked over for a point. That stops the short run. It's 11-8 now.
And I'm surprised Indian River could make a play on that serve from Torres. That thing was like a bullet right across the net. So I think Indian River was really happy to get out of that rotation.
Stowe. First touch was Ingram, and that one goes off the block. Ortiz tried to put it down. It'll go to the back row, and everything seems to be finding the floor in that back row, hitting their targets.
That's just a great shot from Lilliquist. Eastern Florida is actually playing perimeter defense, but what's happening is the setter's cheating up to that line, leaving that one zone or that line zone wide open.
Serve again from Stowe. The middle, trying to find the soft spot, was Callbearer. Treasure Ingram, first touch from the back row. Set from the middle, it's going to be a big swing. It's going to come back tight to the net. It's going to be a point for Indian River. Ingram did her best to save it. (13 to 8). Want to keep it close here at this point of this set. And there's a service ace, which a service error will help out the cause off of Stowe. Side out Titans. And Mari Del Pozo. Boy, big high jump serve. And swing, the net will find. It's going to be a point for the Pioneers.
And this first pass is really critical for the Titans. They really need to get the ball nice and high to the middle of the court because they have really good offensive options. They have Treasure Ingram on the outside, and they have Malvis Ortiz, who was just the spark plug in that first set for this Eastern Florida team.
Artille with the service. And it is down for a point. Big kill. Nicely done by Ortiz, her fourth.
And when she gets to unload on the ball, she unloads on the ball. When the set is right, she has all the shots that she wants. She just crunched that ball down the line.
See why Coach Rasmussen is so high on her. Served away, it's a service error. It's long off the hands of Machado.
You know, we talk about close matches and what is really the difference between two teams, and it's all in the serve and pass game. We teach that to the kids that are just starting in volleyball all the way up to the collegiate level. You have to be able to serve and you have to be able to pass. So any of those unforced errors, you just have to limit.
Ingram off the block. Kill number 5 for the graduate of John Carroll Catholic in Fort Pierce. Tightens it up to 4. Tackle come from the back row. It is tipped in the air, saved by Del Pozo. Del Pozo again with the first touch. And they swing to that back corner. Can't get it to go down Menke. And there's a block at the point, but it does go off the block, and it will be a point for the Pioneers.
And in volleyball, that is the perfect shot. There is no defense, there is no scheme designed to make a play on that ball. Off the outside pin blocker's hand, that right hand, right to where we're sitting. There is nobody there to defend that ball.
Erwin with the service error. Keeps it at 4, 16-12. Treasure Ingram will serve. Menke and Torres in the front. Getting up all the way up into the rafters on that dig by Ingram. Cross court is a winner off of Mariah Menke.
And Mariah Menke is kind of that quiet competitor. She didn't have any errors in the first set, but what she's really done in this second set has been low error, high kill volleyball. And this is an out of system play that she just makes a really smart shot on, goes back to where that setter wants to come and cross in front of her hitter, and it causes a little bit of defensive confusion.
Menke, like Ingram, from John Carroll Catholic High School. Boy, how about the swing there by Del Pozo? And they're heating up now. Lead cut to 2, 16-14.
And Del Pozo was actually off balance, had dropped that left shoulder, which you say is kind of like the hitter's kryptonite. But what she does really well is she manages to get good hand contact on the ball and just goes right outside that blocker's hand to go down the line.
She winds up the hit. It looks like she puts her entire body into it. Ingram continuing this service run. Nice run of the best, probably the best run of the night. That one's off the block, and as soon as I say that, it ends. 17-14 it goes. Treasure will come out. Key to stay in contact here.
Number 5, Avery Lewis, checks in for Eastern Florida, and what she's really added to this dynamic is sound passing. That's something they kind of missed a little bit in the first few points of the first set when she wasn't in. Huge decision to put her in the back row, and I think it's made a lot of difference for this serve-receive side.
Comes in transition off the top of the tape. Is it? Is going to be down for a point.
And this
just out.
And this is the rotation for East Florida State that they want. Ortiz in the front row, Del Pozo in the front row, Juliana Torres in the front row. This is a very, very statement offensive rotation for the Titans.
The last shot was out, so side out for the Titans here. See if they can pay dividends with that front row. Here's Pagan Luna. Swing to the back and really nicely dug out by Avery Lewis. Down the line, Del Pozo, and it's a point. Mariana, mom Adriana and sister Bia watching back in Brazil have to like what they see here.
And this is why they set her as much as possible. Look at this shot. She's facing cross court. At the last second, keeps that thumb up nice and high, finishes across her body, and that ball goes right down the line.
Mari Del Pozo, 3 kills in this match, and more importantly, it is now a 1-point set here, 17-16. As first timeout of the night for Stephanie Skidmore and the Pioneers.
You know, this set is actually really indicative of how crazy the game of volleyball is. It's just a roller coaster of point swings and emotions throughout the match, and it's whoever can kind of narrow the gap of the roller coaster is the one that comes out with the win. But you know, I think what Eastern Florida's done really well in this second set is match the intensity of Indian River, and that's what's kept them in this match. And Indian River really hasn't been able to go on those 4, 5, 6 point runs because the Titan defense has been playing so much better.
Pagan Luna. Luna will serve. Freshman setter sends it away. Trying to even things up here on this point, and the error will help the cause. We're tied at 17.
And I think I understand what Caitlin Colbert thought on that last play. The ball wasn't exactly where she wanted it to be, but she wasn't aware of her relationship to the net, and that ball just rolled right in front of her. And huge break for Eastern Florida.
Myrlena continues the service run on the slide. It comes to the Pioneers and somehow finds the floor on that right side. And the run ends, and now Indian River back on top. Tackle come to the far side. It's touched by Lewis. Going to be a free ball. She'll have to put it over, and able to do so. Overpass, dumped right back down. Nice save by Lilliquist. Here's the rally. Going to continue. Set will come near side. And it's down for a point. Ortiz.
And so much composure in that rally. Setter took the first ball. Libero had to come in, set that ball perfectly for Ortiz, and that's a really hard shot for her to make. She's a right-handed attacker. It's coming over and dropping right in front of her. Got her feet there.
Service ace. Torres. Oh, it was just out. Hearing cheers, and I'm thinking, did that go in? It will come the other way, 19-18. Courtside seating has obstructed view. It will come back the other way now, 19 all. Things heating up here at the Titan Fieldhouse. Baseball team in the house making a racket. Big jump serve, Del Pozo. Down the line, just in front. Could not get the dig, and it will be Pioneer points, 20-19. Much better second set, though, for the Titans.
Yeah, and now we're in a race. Okay,
Yeah.
Eastern Florida has to get 6 before 5. That's something that every coach trains in the gym. You have to beat a certain amount of points. So this isn't a situation that Eastern Florida has yet to be in, but in a game environment, this is really critical.
Outside it goes, Ortiz. Finds the floor, nice touch there by the freshman right side. 20 all. Ortiz has 6 kills.
And the really good hitters recognize when the set isn't perfect and that they have other options. A lot of times, big power generator hitters want to hit that ball, and they're going to hit it right to the net every time. So Ortiz recognized this isn't hers, was very smart about where she placed that ball.
Machado plans on joining the Army, served the United States as a nurse after she's finished with school. Native of Sidra, Puerto Rico. Everybody awaiting the service. 20 all the score. First attack attempt is down for a point. It is Lilliquist taking care of business, her 5th kill.
And Lilliquist hasn't had an error tonight, and the one error she might have had is actually a block. So very efficient hitters, very smart about where she hits and attacks the ball.
Treasure Ingram off the block, and it's a point. 21 all. Treasure's 6th kill.
And the chemistry for this Titan team is completely different than what we saw in the first set. How they're moving as a team, how they're shifting in defense, how they're talking to each other as they swing is completely different than what we saw in the first set.
Well, they come in transition and just finds a spot beyond the line. 22-21, Eastern Florida just can't seem to crack the lead. They keep tying it up, and the Pioneers keep answering back. Eastern Florida State College looking to steal set 2 here. Had to come behind to do it. It is a let serve that finds its way in somehow. And an ace, timeout, 23-21. As the Pioneers now 2 points away from going up 2-0.
And just watch where this ball falls on the court. It is right over that left side. There is no passer that's going to be able to get that left hip around the ball, bring it back into the court at the speed that Madelyn Erwin is swinging at that ball. It's so difficult to make a pass.
What's the key now for Eastern Florida here when you've got just 2 points you have a 2-point cushion, and it's not really a lot of room for error. You got to be perfect on the serves, right?
It isn't a lot of room for error, but what they need to do is still play aggressive, because if you play to not lose, you're going to lose. You just have to play to win and swing for the fences, because you never know. Volleyball is the craziest game, so you just have to stay aggressive.
Speaking of crazy, the baseball team saying every day is a holiday here on the Titans campus. On the right side, cross court, just out. Set point, 24-21, and now they've got an uphill battle. Set point for the Pioneers. Erwin will do the honors. And his long overpass coming and sent right back down Broadway for the point. And it will end 25-21. So a much better effort in set 2 for the Titans, yet they fall short by 4 points. So we'll have another chance to get back in it. Set number 3 coming your way next on WEFS.
Eastern Florida State College. This is where you discover new opportunities, where you pursue your dreams, and careers take flight. Apply now for new bachelor and associate degree programs in business, healthcare, computer technology, and other growing fields. Eastern Florida, where titans rise. Apply today.
Come on, now you're on your way. Come on, like it, like that. Come on, now you're on your way. Come on, like it, like that. Come on, ride with me, now you're on your way. Like it.
The Eastern Florida State College men's soccer team takes on the Florida National University Conquistadors. Live Friday at 7 on WEFS.
This is where we're building the future. This is where we meet the challenge, where leaders emerge and careers take flight. This is where you discover new opportunities. Choose to stand where excellence lives, where titans rise. Eastern Florida State College.
Back at the Titan Fieldhouse, Eastern Florida State College putting up a good fight in set 2, but fall by just 4, 25-21. So now to set 3. This is where you got to win to extend this match as we look at some of the highlights from set number 2.
And really the biggest change for Eastern Florida was their defense, but huge plays like that one from Treasure Ingram also helped back that defense on the offensive side of the ball. People were scoring a lot more points in that second set, like Malvis Ortiz. She was such a spark plug. Even in the first set, she was the girl they relied on the most. And then Treasure Ingram, again, just lighting up in that second set.
Right here, the full throttle power of Del Pozo, who really puts everything into every shot. And she had a really nice second set, now unofficially with 3 kills. And Colbert, the German sophomore, had her moments as well. She wanted to say hi to her dad, Eric, watching back in Germany.
You know, you have to be excited about this Eastern Florida team because it wasn't just one person that was killing the ball. It wasn't one person just generating points. There are so many people that were active in that second set, and if they want to win this third set where they're next kind of on the chopping block, they have to be able to do that again.
Boy, big dig by Whittington, who started things off with a serve. It is 1-0 during this rally. Comes all the way to the net. Big swing by Colbert. Dug out of there, but not legally. So side out, we're tied at 1. Colbert in a serve. In transition come the Titans. Treasure Ingram just had a nice touch on that and gets the kill and the point for the Titans.
And that's the weakness in any defensive system, is when you put the ball in between two players, it's always going to cause some kind of communication breakdown or force them to do something very uncomfortable.
That one just inside for a point. Ties it at 2. Serve upcoming from Madison Stowe, leading the team with a .371 hitting percentage. She'll run up just beyond that line, and it's blocked at the point of attack again. Nicole Williams will get the block attempt on Del Pozo.
And that's a really good coaching matchup change that Coach Skidmore made. She actually put her biggest blocker on the right side, Nicole Williams, against one of the most efficient hitters for this Eastern Florida team.
Took a tip, and Pioneers in a familiar spot, back out in front 4-2. Eastern Florida State College came in 4-6. Indian River 9-3, one of the best starts they've had in quite a while, and are now up 5-2 in set number 3. As you mentioned in the open, Aaron, two teams that just missed the playoffs, right there in the middle of the pack in the Southern Conference last year. As Miami-Dade with their customary conference win. Palm Beach in second. Got to finish in the top 2 to make the States. Another big swing down the line off the block. 6-2.
You know, you talk about the dominance in all of these programs, and now that they've added the beach element to a lot of these schools, it'll be interesting to see kind of who runs that show, because the game, it's kind of like wiffle ball and tennis. The technique and the equipment's relatively the same, but strategy and how you play are completely different. So, you know, you could have a team like Indian River and Eastern Florida play in that setting, and it can be a completely different game.
Yeah, no doubt. And just playing on the sand, like playing in cement for most people, but not for these finely tuned athletes. A winning record in the classroom is as important for student athletes as on the field. Eastern Florida offers more than 100 degrees and programs, including bachelor degrees and associate degrees, providing them excellent opportunities in today's fastest growing career fields. An academic advisor also works closely with the student athletes to achieve success. To learn more, you can visit easternflorida.edu and become a Titan today. Back inside the Titan Fieldhouse, place in which Andrea Rasmussen hopes to transform into a fortress like it's been for the basketball programs. And as it is many times in sports, it's never an overnight turnaround.
You know, I think
Road to success is always under construction.
Absolutely, and I think a lot of what you see in any coaching environment is, or athletic environment, is people will get hired for extended periods of time, because every athletic program knows that it's not a one-year process.
Yeah.
It is a 3, 4, 5-year process, and it's all laid out. Each coach has a very disciplined system that they want to impose.
Nice disciplined transition attack for Eastern Florida as the point is made. 7-3. We take another look at that one. Wow.
And huge swing by Del Pozo down the line, off the block. That is the matchup that Coach Skidmore wanted, but great swing on the left side.
7-4. Run continues here for Eastern Florida State College. It will be Pagan Luna. Excellent serve, dug out by Lilliquist first. It'll be dumped over right on the line. Perfect placement. Everything working in the favor of Indian River right now.
And that was that stack double play in the 3 zone. And Eastern Florida's block did a really nice job of staying disciplined, but because there was so much confusion, the defense wasn't able to get to their defensive positions quick enough, and that ball just dropped right in the middle of the court.
Williams with the serve. And it's going to be a double touch. So a free point back to the Pioneers. The run will continue 9-4.
And when the match is so closely contested, that, you know, that's an unforced error. That is uncontrolled. The ball came out of the hands a little bit weird. You know, I think coaches are they're okay with that play, but it's those service errors that really, the in the net calls that are really making the difference between these two teams. This is what keeps separating them farther and farther away. And what Eastern Florida did really well in that second set was control their unforced errors. They were smarter behind that service line, and they really didn't have a lot of ball contact errors.
A 6-point lead. Williams will serve again. First contact, Whittington. Come to the near side, Del Pozo. Dug out by Colbert on the other side. Big swing, and even better dig there by Lewis. the lift will bring it back. Pioneers will continue here, 11-4. Got to stop the bleeding now. Oh, Williams. It's an ace.
And the serving from this Indian River side is powerful and controlled. You haven't really seen anybody unload on the ball and sail to the backside of the gym. They work a lot on these jump spin and float serves, and they are just bullets across that net.
Tackle come from the back row, and Lewis just a shot over the top, and it will be a free ball, and it will be down for a point. And it's starting to get out of hand here, 13-4.
And Greta Dobenecker really doing a nice job at the service line, but she is dishing out this offense really well, doing a lot of jump setting that's getting her tempo in line with what the attackers want. She's really doing a nice job of quarterbacking this offense.
And all smiles, 14-4 in favor of Dobenecker and Indian River. So a 10-point lead, good place to be when you're in a visiting gym.
Yeah, and sometimes the pressure of the third set, you're behind 2 sets, this is do or die. Sometimes that pressure early on in the season, you don't really know how to respond. So if you're Coach Rasmussen, it's really a teachable moment that, hey, okay, yes, we might be behind 2 sets, but you can't take the foot off the gas. It doesn't matter. At this point, play to win. Just play loose, have fun with it, because there really is nothing to lose, and I think that's a really important teachable moment for them right now.
This is the first of 2 meetings this season between these 2 sides, so you can certainly have some teachable things to maybe learn for that next meeting down in Indian River in a few weeks, which is going to be very important.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's just for the whole season. These first sets, the first few matches, they're always kind of a learning curve. And then as the season progresses, you're going to see a completely different team on both sides of the court as you get closer to that state championship and whoever can get to that point.
Greta Dobenecker led the team in aces coming in. She's done nothing to hurt that stat. A couple in this service run alone. Did not wait for the whistle, apparently. We'll do it again. So Greta will get another shot. Floating it to the back. Dalpozo first touch. Little give and go comes right back to her, able to keep it alive. Dumped across. Dobenecker will set it to the middle. They go to the back with Robinson. Dalpozo rolls it to the back. Big swing upcoming cross courts. McInnes finally a side out.
And Torres is really one of their better servers for Eastern Florida. She has this really nice float serve. We talk about a float serve like a changeup. It'll just change directions on you at the last second.
Comes tight to the net, off the slide. It's down for a point. Robinson, Cuckoo Kachu, and it's 15-5. Serve back across. Serve tight to the net, cross court, off the block. Point is good for McInnes. The Archbishop McCarthy product, the freshman right side hitter. And it's one thing you see here from this Indian River side. They are attacking from all angles, and all personnel are getting into this.
And I think the key in that sentence is attacking. It looks like Eastern Florida's, they're losing a little bit of confidence, and so they're not swinging when they have the opportunities. If the set's right, it doesn't matter what the score is. You just have to go up there and swing it. That kind of helps propel 1 point at a time.
This will be Lilliquist, who's been lights out at the service line again tonight. It's a let serve in the middle. In tempo, Callbearer gets the kill.
And really, you're seeing a lot of of good things from the accessory players on the Titans side. Yeah, of course you're going to highlight your outsides always. That's one of the key parts of volleyball. But everybody on the court is seeing a lot of action. They're doing a lot of really good things. So that's definitely something to take away from this match.
Seeing a lot of shots fall in the middle of the floor off the block here. What's one thing that the Titans can do to maybe remedy that going forward this season?
It's all about your body position. So if you're standing straight up, it takes you a long time to play a ball that's at your knees or in front of your knees. So you have to stay nice and low in defense and try to make some kind of play. The lower you are, the less time you have to go down and then make a play on the ball. So just really good body position and disciplined body position will help them get those plays.
19-6. Treasure Ingram trying to write another chapter here. Left-handed big shot down the line. Nicely dug away by Eastern Florida, and the run will end there. 19-7. So credit to Del Pozo.
And when you're in the middle of the court versus on the left side of the court, like this swing, you have so many more opportunities to swing on the ball. And everybody's really sucked in on those back row attacks. So that's the perfect spot to attack. Going a little bit closer to the end line, pushing it out to the wings of the court.
Low liner serve. And that one, the block was there in the nick of time. We'll reload. Colbert finds a soft spot again.
And you're right, there really hasn't been a response to the attacks in the middle of the court for Eastern Florida. They really have to kind of hone that in. There haven't been a lot of deep shots, so if it were me, I would tell my kids to go ahead and sink in just a little bit until they start to attack those deeper sides of the court.
Artille, and that could be an ace or a free ball that is sent over by the Titans on the slide again. It's been open all night for Stowe. She's got kill number 6.
And on that last play, you really saw the lack of discipline in the footwork. Everybody on the court was still moving at the time that the ball was contacted, and you just have to be stopped on defense all the time.
Well, Indian River was up by a couple of touchdowns, and now it's 22-7.
You know, you hate to see that this third set's going the way it is because there was so much promise.
They left
from
so
the
much
Titans.
out there in the second.
Absolutely. There's just so much opportunity. And you saw so many good things in that second set from the Titans. But, you know, you have to give credit to Indian River. They are a good team. Their setters can make a great touch on any play, any first contacted ball.
Side out on the service error. This will be Lindsay Whittington of Sebring. And it will quickly come back to the other side. 23-8. So not going to be in the cards tonight for Eastern Florida State College, but it is a long season. We are still early in that season. Lot to improve on with this new group of players. They'll be poked to the back row and just inside. And when you're hot, you're hot.
And Lilliquist can really do no wrong right now. She is just a phenomenal player, and it's not that Eastern Florida can't defend her. She's just that good at reading what defenses are doing. She's putting the ball where everyone's moving one way, she's pushing it the other direction.
It is set in match point, and with authority, it comes back. Lilliquist puts the exclamation point on this one. 25-8, and it is a straight set win for the visitors tonight from Indian River State College. 25-9, 25-21, 25-8. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this.
Eastern Florida State College. This is where you discover new opportunities, where you pursue your dreams, and careers take flight. Apply now for new bachelor and associate degree programs in business, healthcare, computer technology, and other growing fields. Eastern Florida, where Titans rise. Apply today.
Come on, now you're on your way. Come on, like it, like that. Come on, now you're on your way. Come on, like it, like that. Come on, ride with me. Now you're on your way, like it.
The Eastern Florida State College men's soccer team takes on the Florida National University Conquistadors. Live Friday at 7 on WEFS.
This is where we're building the future. This is where we meet the challenge, where leaders emerge and careers take flight. This is where you discover new opportunities. Choose to stand where excellence lives, where titans rise. Eastern Florida State College.
Back inside the Titan Fieldhouse, a unfortunate short night for the Titans of Eastern Florida State College. They drop a straight set match in the conference opener against Indian River State College, and now joined by the second-year head coach of the Titans, Andrea Rasmussen. And sometimes it's just not your night. And in your words, what was happening out there?
Just too many errors. We were very error-prone from the very beginning and lacked a little intensity and excitement when we stepped on the floor, and I think that hurt us right away. We gave up a lot of runs of points, and that is a huge deficit to come back from. Giving up a 5-point run to start the first set kind of set the momentum for them.
Coaches always see a silver lining. What lessons can you learn here going forward? Because you get to see these guys again.
We do, and it's nice to see them early now and have this be our first home conference contest, and see kind of where we stand and what we need to do to get better. We have a full week before we have Miami-Dade, and so we have the opportunity to prepare a little better and be a better team when they come in and when we see them again in another 3 weeks.
I thought Mari Del Pozo was as good as advertised. We certainly had a lot of nice comments about her. You could see her upside, can't you?
She does a really, really nice job, and I think we've struggled in the last few matches delivering her a ball, and I think tonight we did a better job, and so that's something that I'm really proud of and really happy with, is we did a better job delivering the ball to the outside and gave our offense an opportunity to get involved. Still struggling a little bit on service, even on ball control, which is up until now been our strong suit. So that's something that we're going to have to definitely identify and work with in the next couple of days before we prepare.
These girls, good to put this behind them. How do you kind of do that? As hard part as a coach, I'm sure, is to kind of throw this one out and get on to the next one, right? You just got to get on with it.
It really is. There's no point in looking back now. We're going to take the positives that we can from it, and we're going to move forward because we don't have any other option. And we'll get to see them again, just like we get to see the rest of our conference matches twice. So I feel confident going into the next one. We'll be better prepared, and we'll be in a better place.
All right. Thank you very much for joining
Thanks
us.
for
I know it was
having
a
us.
tough night. Best of luck with the rest of the season.
Thank you.
As Andrea Rasmussen, head coach of the Titans, and that will do it for our broadcast here on WEFS TV. I'd like to thank my partner Aaron Campbell, our producer Brian Foster, our technical director John Bober, who says every day is a holiday. But not for the Titans tonight. They lose in straight sets. I'm Jeff Radcliffe saying so long. We'll see you next time.
The Eastern Florida State College men's soccer team takes on the Florida National University Conquistadors. Live Friday at 7 on WEFS.
Come on, now you're on your way. Come on, like it, like that.
This is where we're building the future, where you discover new opportunities and careers take flight. Choose to stand where excellence lives, where titans rise. Eastern Florida State College.